Let's just touch on, since you covered the entire NFL, there's a development in Green Bay that actually Aaron Rodgers' calf injury is a little bit more severe than we thought, with a bit of a tear. We see the betting line go down there from a touchdown to 5.5 points. Do you give Dallas a better chance than maybe some people had going into the bad weather there?
Woody, I don't know if you're like me, but if I have a little tweak in my ankle from playing racquetball or basketball or tennis or something, I can't walk. I don't know how you play football with a tear in your calf. I mean, come on. I mean, I think a lot of people are skeptical about whether or not Aaron Rodgers is going to be terribly mobile in this game. And if I'm Rod Marinelli, I'm just bringing the house from the minute I get off the bus at Lambeau until Aaron Rodgers proves to me that he can elude the rush and beat me. I don't think there's any question about it. It's the number one storyline going into this weekend, is whether Aaron Rodgers can move around. And if he can't, because he buys time so well with that shiftiness in the pocket and those subtle movements, allows Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb to beat one-on-one coverage. If he can't move, it puts the Dallas Cowboys in position to win a game that you would think they would have no business winning. I mean, let's face it, the Cowboys, the frozen tundra and all that, supposed to be in the teens. Not an easy game for the Cowboys. But if they're playing against Matt Flynn, it's certainly a much easier game, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
You shift, Sal, I would just say this to you. You haven't heard this on ESPN. They would have gone from shiftiness in the backfield to shittiness in the backfield.
Hey, Sal, love the NFL matchup show that you do with Jaws and with Merrill Hodge. X's and O's, if people really want to dive deeply into the football stuff. Are you on this weekend?
Yeah, we are. We've got two shows, Saturday and Sunday, for the Saturday divisional games and the Sunday. I'll just do a little shameless publicity because Merrill Hodge and Ron Jaworski delve into this particular matchup. And there are two things that to watch, in my opinion, on both sides of the ball dealing with the quarterbacks. One, even though Peyton Manning was sacked only 17 times, which is the fewest of any 16-game starter this year, during that Week 1 matchup, when Greg Manusky and Chuck Pagano decided to bring the blitz to Peyton Manning, he was only 7 for 15 for 46 yards, no scores against their blitz. So they were able to move him off the spot with some success, especially in the second half with their blitz. Now on the flip side, at practice this week, the Broncos practiced ripping the ball on several drills out of the running backs and quarterbacks' hands. The defense practiced rip drills on the scout teams because they know if you study the film, especially Dan Boom Herron had 2 fumbles, lost one last week against the Bengals. Andrew Luck has the most fumbles of any quarterback this year. They believe they can turn the ball over on the Colts, get a short field, and score with their running game and their defense. Defense turning into points. And that's a way they can win this football game quite handily. You heard the other X factor, Peyton Manning, even talking about the punter, Pat McAfee, of the Colts, how good he is in pinning the offense of the other team deep into the opponent's territory. So they don't want to get into a situation where they're 1st and 10 on the 14, like in the Super Bowl. Obviously, they'll have the crowd on their side. But they don't want to make those special teams mistakes, rip and grab the ball, get some turnovers, get a short field, cash in with C.J. Anderson, and hope the Ravens beat the Patriots.
Sal, every Broncos fan is saying from your mouth to God's ears right now. Hey, always appreciate it, Sal. We'll watch for you on NFL matchup this week on an ESPN. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot for having me.
All right, that's Sal Paolantonio. Good man.
He's the best.
Good man.